I'm gonna show you a 30-minute total body workout that is designed for swimmers. I'm gonna walk through a few different variations of these exercises from beginner all the way to advanced. And for all my pros out there, I'm gonna show you a bonus version for all the superstars. It's gonna be the maximum complexity. We're at TrueFit Detroit, let's go. Before doing any type of workout, it's so important to do a dynamic warm-up. So what we're gonna do is a few different exercises. We're gonna go 20 repetitions of each exercise just to get the heart rate up, to get the blood circulating. We're gonna start out with jump rope. Here we go. Woo! Got the heart rate up. We're gonna do some cross body jacks. I love doing these. Get the body stimulated. Here we go. This is a normal jack. And then this is another cross body. Here we go. We're going 20 total. The goal is to get the heart rate up. Now that we got the heart rate up, we're just gonna transition into arm swings. This is really important. Get the blood flowing through the arms. We're gonna be doing a lot of total body movements today. So that's the upper body, lower body, core is gonna be engaged. Now we're gonna transition to dynamic tricep extensions. Oh yeah, there it is. Woo! You'll see a lot of swimmers do this at the pool deck. This is great to do before and even after your swim. So if you're looking for a dynamic warm-up to do before you get in the water, highly recommend this. All right, now we're gonna transition into arm circles. So I like to do 3 cycles of this. We're gonna go 20 with your arms in nice small circles. Then we're gonna go into medium circles. We're gonna go 20 of those. Now we're gonna go big arm circles, 20 of these. Here we go, 20 of them. Whew. Okay, next exercise we're gonna do is a walkout. So the way this works, you're gonna be in a standing position. You're gonna lean down to the ground, hands to your toes, and you're just gonna walk out. Try and keep your legs as straight as you can. If you're advanced, you can do a push-up here at the end, and you're gonna walk back, and then you're gonna stand up. Try and take 3 to 4 full hand steps. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Push up at the bottom, and then you're gonna walk back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 20 of those. After our walkouts, we're gonna do Spider-Man climber. The way this works, you're gonna be in a plank push-up position. You're gonna bring one foot to your hands. You're gonna feel that stretch, and then you're gonna alternate to the other side. We're gonna go 20 total. Next exercise that I love to do before I do a swim or a weight workout is a cat-cow tilt. So I'm gonna be on all fours, try and keep my back flat, and I'm gonna tuck my head in, curl my pelvis, and then I'm gonna open up, curve my spine, and look up to the ceiling. Okay, after our cat-cows, we're gonna go onto our back, and we're gonna do a laying lateral twist. So you're gonna have your legs in a 90-degree angle, and then you're gonna alternate side to side. Try and keep your shoulder blades on the ground. Keep your arms in a T position. Really feel the stretch in your spine. And the final exercise we're gonna do are hip bridges. Really activate the hamstrings and the glutes in the lower back. You're gonna have your feet together, your heels close to your butt, hands on the ground, and you're gonna bridge up to about a flat position from your knees all the way to your shoulders, and you're gonna come down and relax. Your butt touches the ground. We're gonna go 20 of those to get things warmed up. Today we're doing 6 exercises. These are total body. Now the idea here is to go 10 repetitions and 4 different sets. So you're gonna go 10 reps of that exercise. You're gonna take a 30 to 60 second break, and then you're gonna repeat. If you can increase the intensity on each of the sets, that's gonna be awesome. So the first one we're gonna do is a burpee. This is a total body movement. I'm gonna show you the first variation, which is pretty simple. All you're gonna do, you're gonna start in a standing position. You're gonna drop your hands to right in front of your feet. You're gonna walk out your feet, and then if you can, you're gonna do a push-up, and then you're gonna come back up. You're gonna bring your feet back together, and you're gonna stand up, and that's a total body burpee. All right, we're ready for variation number 2. We're gonna add a streamline jump. So if the burpee is a little bit too easy for you, now we're ready to take it to the next level. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come down a little bit more explosive. Both our feet are gonna come out at the same time, and then we're gonna bring our feet back together. We're gonna do jump squat into streamline. So here we go. Hands down, feet out, push up, back together, streamline. We'll do it again. Here we go. The third level of the burpee is to add a little bit more plyometric explosiveness. So what you're gonna try and do is have as little time as possible when your feet are on the ground. So you're gonna explode into a streamlined position, and then you're gonna go down into a push-up, as explosively and as fast as possible. Here we go. And the bonus version of the burpee for all my superstars out there is to do a plyometric push-up, and then you're gonna finish, instead of streamline, with a box jump, and you're gonna land as quietly as possible on the box. So here we go. Plyo, squat, and come down. Here we go, that was one. There we go. When you're at the gym, you probably see people doing bicep curls and other isolation exercises, and you actually won't find any of this in this specific program, and that's because we want to focus on compound movements. A compound movement, as the name explains, you're using multiple muscle groups and inflection points in your body, so when we're training for swimming out of the water, we want to apply the same methodology of training in the water, where we're doing compound movements that are really engaging multiple muscle groups at the same time, and you're simply not going to get that with isolation. So the next exercise we're going to do is called the flutter kick plank. So we're actually going to move over here to this piece of equipment, and that's going to be for the advanced level. So first we're going to do the simple plank position. The beginner version is you're going to be in this plank, and you're going to lift up one leg back, you're going to point your toe, and you're going to come back to a plank position. Notice from my shoulder blades all the way to my heels, I'm trying to keep as flat as possible. I'm going to lift my opposite heel, point my toes, and come back down. We're gonna go 20 total, and this is the first skill level of this exercise. Here we go. What I love about the plank is that it's truly total body and it strengthens your core. Now, when we're doing the flutter kick plank, we're really engaging the core stabilization that happens with our hip flexors, and this is how we do the flutter kick and the dolphin kick. So for the second variation of this, we're actually gonna use this piece of equipment here. If you don't have something like this, you can use a Swiss ball, a stability ball, something to be able to leverage to put your feet on. So I'm gonna put my feet right over that. I'm gonna go into the plank position. This is adding to the stability focus. And I'm gonna lift one leg up and then down. One leg up and down. We're going 20 total. I can already feel the intensity on this one because there's so much more stability to engage with my core. I really felt it in my core, but if you're ready for level 3, now we're gonna just add some intensity and speed. This is more ballistic, plyometric. We're gonna have a little bit more tempo. Try and go as fast as you can, and don't bounce to increase your amplitude. Just like in the water, you actually wanna keep the amplitude of your kick relatively small, so that way you don't increase the amount of resistance you have in the water. Same thing applies in dryland. Let's give it a try. If that was too easy, I've got the next level for you. You're gonna take a resistance band like this, take off your shoes, put it around your feet, and we're actually gonna increase the amount of resistance on both the up and the down kick. This is gonna engage your hamstrings, your glutes, your core. Let's get it, here we go. This drill will absolutely tear up your core and make you feel like a beast. Today's workout is total body, but if you want to do it right, you actually need to train several times per week. Just like you would in the pool, you wouldn't just swim once per week. You really want to impact your body multiple days per week, and you want to hit different muscle groups or energy systems each time you lift. For example, it's very common to do what's called a 3-day split. So you might alternate pushing exercise and pulling exercises, or you'll alternate upper body and lower body. The next exercise is really focused on pulling. So we're actually gonna do pull-ups, and for the beginner level, if you can't already lift your body weight, you can do what are called assisted pull-ups. And the way that works is you're gonna grab a resistance band like this. You're actually gonna put your knee in the band, and it's gonna take some of the load off of your body. Let's go ahead and rep out 10 pull-ups with the assistance. Here we go. Once you feel comfortable doing about 10 pull-ups unassisted, you should really strive for regular pull-ups. Now, a question that is commonly asked is how you should actually grip the bar, if you should have your fingertips pointing away from you or towards you. If you have your hands facing towards you, this is called a curl up, and you're really engaging the bicep. Remember what I said about isolation exercises? We really wanna focus on the lats and this part of our body here, because that more mimics how we pull when we swim. So I advise having your fingertips actually face away from you. We're gonna go 10 of those right here. If normal pull-ups are too easy for you, you're ready to take it to the next level with a weighted vest. So right here, I have a 25-pound weighted vest. It's about 11 kilos. So we're gonna stick this on, and then I'm gonna crank out 10 more pull-ups. Safety first, so we're gonna buckle this guy up. All right, here we go. If you find that your hands are fatiguing and you're building up calluses, you can protect them with gloves. These will make it way more comfortable to lift weights. If you don't want to wear gloves and you want to improve your grip strength, you can actually use what's called chalk. So anytime you're going to grab the bar for pull-ups or you're doing some kind of an Olympic lift, you want to grab some chalk and ready to go. So our fourth variation of the pull-ups are called clapper pull-ups. You heard that right. So we're actually gonna pull ourselves up and we're gonna have a plyometric movement where we're gonna clap and then grab the bar and then come back down. It's really explosive. You should really only try this if you're a more advanced athlete in the gym, specifically with pull-ups. Here we go. The next exercise is one of my favorites for developing power and explosiveness both in the water and out of the water. So the way this works, we're gonna do box jumps, and imagine you're pushing off the wall or you're jumping off the diving block. It's so important that you are as explosive as possible to carry as much speed into the water and off the wall into your streamline, so that way you can carry your speed and swim faster than ever before. So the first variation is a simple box jump. Again, the height of the box will vary based on your skill and ability level. If the box is a lot lower or higher, that's fine. I actually don't recommend going much higher than this when you're just getting started. Now the idea is you're gonna have both your feet facing the box. You wanna be about half a meter away from the actual box, and you're gonna do one movement, you're gonna jump, and then when your feet land, you wanna land as softly as possible because you want your legs to absorb and you want your core to engage as you land on the box. So let's give it a try. We're gonna go 10. Again, we're going 4 sets of 10 on all of these. Here we go. And we come back up and then down. 10 of these. Feet together, up, and soft. If you notice, I'm making this look pretty easy, and as you get a little bit stronger, you're gonna be able to get more explosiveness and you're gonna go higher and higher, but let's save it for the second exercise. Level 2 of the box jump is to add some weight. So if you don't have a weight vest, you can actually do this with a medicine ball. So let's go ahead and put the weight vest. We're again really focused on being as controlled and quiet on the landing as possible. All right, here we go. Same thing, positioned about half a meter away from the box. Controlled and up. Woo! I can already feel the difference. Level 3 is the split leg plyo jump. So the way this works, just like you would on a diving block, you're gonna have 1 foot back, 1 foot forward, and you're really focused on exploding up as high as you can and then catching yourself. This is just like you would do off of the diving block for a flat start exchange or a relay exchange. Here we go. For all my superstars out there, we are on level 4. This is the depth box jump. So the way it works, you're gonna have 2 boxes set up, a little bit, about 1.5 meters between them. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna simply step off of the box and you're gonna jump onto the second box. Now your goal is to decrease the amount of time that your feet are on the ground at all. So if you can be on the ground for a fraction of a second, you're gonna explode, and that's just like you would do when you push off the wall. So here's how it works. You're gonna step off, and down. We're gonna repeat. Here we go. The next exercise we're doing is the press. This is a compound movement that's really gonna use our chest and really our entire upper body. So what we're gonna start with, before we get to the bench press, we're actually gonna do push-ups. So if you're not comfortable or you can't lift your body weight just yet, all you're gonna do is simple knee push-ups. So you're gonna come down to all fours. You're gonna simply be on your knees. Same concept of having a flat back from your knees all the way up to your shoulders. And then you're gonna do a push-up down to where your chest pretty much touches the ground. And then you're gonna come back up. 2 different versions of how you can put your hands. A little bit of a wider grip, which is just fine. That'll be more similar to a bench press. Or you can go a narrow grip, which is gonna engage your triceps a little bit more. Come down and up. If you can comfortably lift your body weight for 10 push-ups, I recommend you do full-on push-ups on the balls of your feet. Here we go, 10 push-ups, and 1, 2, 3. Third variation of the press is here on the bench press. So we have a barbell bench press right here. This is a 45-pound bar. We're gonna stack a little bit of weight on it just to make sure I can move through the motion smoothly. But if you can't add any weight, that's perfectly fine. Start with the bar. You should be able to do 10 repetitions very comfortably without any pain or any agitation at all. There's also a way you can do this with dumbbells. So you're gonna be able to do a little bit less weight, but that works on your stability a little bit more. But today we're doing the barbell, so let's go ahead and crank out 10 repetitions, full range of motion. Here we go. When you're doing the bench press, two really important factors to consider. Number one is the depth. So it's really important that the bar comes down and just about touches your chest. Now you don't want it to completely bounce off of your chest, but make sure you have full range of motion and you want to extend all the way to not locking out your arms, but your arms should be almost straight, a little bit of an elbow bend. The other thing you want to consider is your breath control. It's really important that you exhale on the push and you get in your air, you fill up your lungs and you inhale on that decline and then you push out as you push out. For all my superstars, we're ready for level 4 of the bench press. As you can see, we loaded up the barbell with a little bit of extra weight. Now, if your gym doesn't have chains, you can use the next best thing, which is a rope. You can also use bands, really depends on what you have at your facility. So the idea here is as we're pushing up, it's actually gonna get more difficult because more of the weight is going to come off of the ground. So you're gonna really have to be explosive on that push out, and then the decline is actually gonna get easier. So really focus on technique, range of motion, and being explosive on the way up. We got some added weight here. Let's go, baby. Next exercise is the squat. Now we're gonna go 4 different variations of this. We already did the box jump, so that was a lower body plyometric explosive movement. This movement is not plyometric, it's gonna be a lot more controlled. We're really going for depth and range of motion to develop pure strength. So this is really gonna apply in that breaststroke kick when you push off the wall and really all facets of your swimming. Now the first variation of this is a simple air squat. So I'm gonna position my feet just outside my shoulders. My toes are pointed in the direction that I'm looking, and I'm simply going to have my arms at about maybe 45-degree angle, and I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna squat until my butt is at about 90 degrees, and I'm gonna come up. I'm really pushing through my heels. What I don't wanna do is have my knees come forward and then squat like this, kind of like I'm sitting in a chair. My butt comes back, my chest is up, come down, 90 degrees, and then come up. Another version of doing an air squat is grabbing a PVC pipe, and you can do this overhead. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab wider than your shoulders, almost the ends of this PVC pipe. I'm gonna keep my chest out, same thing, and I'm gonna sit back in a chair, 90 degrees, and then push up. Keep your chest up and high, use your core, and push out. Level number 2 is adding a little bit of weight. Believe me, we're gonna get to the barbell and add a lot more weight, but first we gotta do it with the right technique, and that's with a medicine ball. So same concept, we're gonna keep the medicine ball right at our chest, and we're gonna have our hips come back like we're sitting in a chair, 90 degrees, and then push up. We're gonna go 10. Another variation of this, you can just stick the ball out. This is gonna get your shoulders nice and firing. Oh yeah, I feel it. Woo. Level 3 is squats with the barbell. Now there's a few different ways that you can actually do squats with the barbell. Today we're doing the simple back squat. So the way that works, you're gonna grab your positioning here, you're gonna sink underneath the bar, and the bar is gonna go right over your back. You should be able to pick up the weight simply with your body weight. You're gonna step back. Same concept applies as the air squats. Feet a little bit wider than my shoulders. My toes are pointing in the direction that I'm facing, and I'm gonna come down, chest is up, butt to 90 degrees, and then I'm gonna push up. Here we go, 10. We're ready for level 4 bonus round. Now there's a few different variations of the squat like I mentioned. We just did back squat, now we're gonna do front squat. This is going to be much more difficult than the back squat because it's gonna require your core to actually keep your chest up. So that core activation is really powerful when it comes to swimming because it's gonna improve your body position. So we're gonna go ahead and try it again. I'm gonna put my hands in the neutral position. I'm gonna curl my hands underneath the bar like that. I'm actually picking up the bar with my body weight, not with my hands. So watch that re-rack, here we go. We're coming up, we're gonna step back, feet in the ready position, and we're gonna squat down and up, 90 degrees, here we go. The bonus is an overhead squat. So I'm gonna snatch up the weight, I decrease the weight a little bit. This is really a complex movement, so if you're not comfortable doing the back squat or the front squat, you probably shouldn't try this with very much weight. You can practice with PVC pipe first of all, like I did in the air squats, and then migrate over to a little bit more weight. So let's go ahead and grab it, a little bit wider grip. Gonna use these as the guide. I'm gonna snatch up, and then I'm gonna position my feet, and I'm gonna simply squat with the bar right over my head. Here we go. And up. And come down. We've now completed all 6 of those exercises, but we're not done yet. It's really important to do some injury prevention and core stability work almost every single time you're working out. So today, we're gonna work on improving our shoulder strength, specifically in our rotator cuff. Now, a lot of swimmers have shoulder pain, and that's why this is so important, so that we can prevent or minimize the risk of having that kind of an injury. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this elastic band. It's gonna be right at the level of our elbow, and we're gonna do external rotation. So you have internal rotations and then an external rotation. So I'm simply gonna grab the band. I wanna position my elbow in place. I don't want it to move, and I'm gonna extend all the way out, and then we're gonna go back. We're gonna do 10 of those on each arm, and we're gonna go 3 rounds. We're moving very slowly. We're really trying to isolate in the specific rotator cuff right here. And we don't want our shoulder drooping over. We wanna keep our back engaged. Here we go. There we go. I feel the burn in my shoulders. All right, so we're almost done, but now we have to cool down. It's really important that we do a dynamic warm up to start and then a static stretch to cool down. So what we're gonna do right here, just where we warmed up, I'm gonna start out by stretching my hamstrings. These things got really tight when we did those box jumps and squats and all the exercises. So I'm gonna open up my legs. I'm gonna sink down, keep my chest up, my back flat. I'm gonna feel that stretch right through my hamstrings. Oh boy. I'm gonna sink down, use gravity to pull me down as low as I can to the ground. I'm gonna hold this for a few seconds, make sure I'm breathing in my nose, out my mouth, exhale that carbon dioxide. And now I'm gonna stick one arm up, and I'm gonna open up my chest and really feel that stretch. I'm pointing my fingers to the ceiling, really opening up my chest to the boast of my flexibility. Gonna hold that for a few breaths. And then I'm gonna transition, work the other side. Really feel this in your hamstrings. My fingertips are pointing to the ceiling, trying to open my chest to the best of my flexibility. Oh boy, I feel it. Back down to center. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do this lateral lunge squat. Really feel that stretch right in my groin area. I'm gonna transition to the other side. Really feel that stretch right here. Oh, it's a good one. All right, now I'm gonna go into a seated position right here. I'm gonna lean on my back, and I'm gonna go ahead and stretch my groin. This is really, really important. We pushed a lot of lactic acid through our body. We're gonna transition to our other leg. Oh yeah, there it is. Woo! After we hold this for a few seconds, we're gonna transition onto our stomach for the pigeon stretch. So we're gonna go ahead and lean right here. You should feel this through your buttocks, the glutes and hamstrings. Really feel that stretch, put all your weight into it. Oh yeah, that feels good. And then we're gonna transition to our other leg. Big lunge back, really stretch it out. Feel it right in our butt here. Stretch it out, good, good, good. All right, now we're gonna stand up. We're gonna stretch our upper body. So in the beginning, in the warm up, we did dynamic arm stretches. Now we're gonna do a static arm stretch hold like this. Really feel that across our body. Pull our arm parallel to the ground. Transition to the other side. Oh, there it is, right there. Make sure you're breathing. It's really important to flush out that carbon dioxide. We're gonna do the same thing for our triceps. Really feel that stretch. This is where we're trying to feel it right over here. And then we're gonna transition to the other side. Feel that stretch. There it is. I'm trying to pull down into my back, trying to go as far as I can, taking more oxygen every breath that I take. Oh yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you check out this one where I tried Caleb Dressel's ab exercises.